Hello gorgeous Pisces. Right, I'm going to do something completely different today, okay, like completely different. So I'm changing my box around. Right, it's Valentine's Day coming up. Some of you are in relationships. Oh, I'm Jill. Hello, welcome to Tarot by the Sea. I'm assuming that the majority of you who are going to watch this are people who have watched before. Okay, now, if you have watched before, you know that I'm quite good at basically going, yeah, okay, if I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, I will tell you that I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So I thought we'd do something a little bit different today, okay? I thought what we would do is we will do a love reading, okay? Now, if you're in a relationship, it'll be the person that you're in a relationship with. If you're not in a relationship, okay, and you haven't got your eye on someone, then what it will be is it will be the person who will be coming in for you in the future. If you're not interested in relationships, we'll see how the heck it turns out, okay? It might just be about you. It might just be about you. You might just end up basically looking at parts of your own personality that maybe you want to bring forward. So that's kind of what I'm getting. Now I'm doing a new spread that I've just made up. And what I also thought that I would do is do a little bit of a learning exercise for both of us, because as a qualified teacher, teaching is my thing, okay? So we're going to do a little bit of a tarot lesson at the same time, and it'll be a bit of a refresher for me as well, okay? I'm going to use my Gilded Tarot deck. So here we go. If you don't want to watch this, I have absolutely no objection. It might just be a little bit interesting, okay? I thought I would do something a little bit different, and I know you guys are interested in tarot because you watch the readings, and it might help you to understand a little bit better what you're watching, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a spread, which will basically be, I think it's 10 cards, okay? We'll have an overview card, and then down the side we'll have 4 cards, okay? The first one will be the energy that you and they are coming in with. The second one will be what you and they want, okay? Then it will be how you feel about them and how they feel about you. And then it's where you see the relationship going and where they see the relationship going, and then we'll have the outcome, okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Gilded Tarot, and I'm also going to use the book today, okay? This is a really good starter book, this Easy Tarot Handbook, okay? It's really, really good. It gives lots and lots of clarity. If we get character cards come out, if we get the court cards come out, I will read to you what is actually in the book, because that's the bit that we're going to learn, is basically who the characters are, okay? So I'm actually, normally I don't do reversals, but the characters are different if they're in reverse. So I will read it to you from the book so you will get the full picture of it, and maybe it will give you a better idea. And it will be a little bit of a learning curve as well. This doesn't appeal to you? Absolutely fine. I just thought it'd be something a little bit different to do. And I like teaching, and if you guys are interested in tarot, I thought it would just be a really interesting thing to do. Okay, so I know some of you do tarot courses and stuff like that. Don't know how this is going to work out. Don't know if I'll even post it, but we'll give it a go. And I thought I would do you guys first. So the first card that we have is going to be the overview card, okay? So that's the overview for your relationship. I've got this new guide. He's throwing cards at me. We're just getting to know each other. And, oh, you've got the Knight of Swords coming out quite a lot, and you've got the King of Cups. Okay, so the overview card we have is the 10 of Cups, which is a fantastic overview card. This will be this kind of right for Valentine's Day, okay? This is kind of like where you are at the moment, heading into Valentine's Day, heading into February, heading into March. And then we have the 4 of Swords is for the energy that's coming in for them. Now the energy that's coming in for you, oh, we almost had Moon, but it didn't come out my hand. So the energy for you is Justice. We've got the Lovers just popped out, but again. Now this is what they want. They want the Fool. And this is what you want. If you get the Hierophant, then you guys have got a lot of work to do. Okay, we had that in one of the... Ooh, Four of Wands. Four of Wands, but it's in reverse. That's really interesting. Maybe you don't want to move forward with this person. Maybe they want to go forward and you don't want to. How they feel about you is the strength. So you may be dealing with a Leo. And how you feel about them is the Lovers. Maybe you just want a quick... Okay, how they see the relationship going. They've got the Magician. Sorry, I'm having to shuffle back because it's such a long spread. And you've got the Seven of Wands. Oh my goodness, you guys are not on the same page in the slightest. I don't know who this is you're dealing with, but you guys are not on the same page. And then the outcome is going to be the Ten of Wands. I think for some of you Pisces, you're just not interested, or they're not, okay? That card can mean two things though. It can mean either you're being offered something and you don't want it. Now I'm miles away from you. Okay, I've got to sort this out. So I'm going to move those two out. I'm going to move those two up. I'm going to move those two out. I'm going to move that one up. Okay, now I just have to remember what they were. Right. So here we go. Perhaps you're just not interested. Perhaps they're not interested. Okay. I mean, you are being offered this opportunity. You've had opportunities in the past. Yeah, you've got those three opportunities there. Maybe you've got options. Okay, maybe not as many options as the Seven of Cups, but you have options. And maybe you just weren't interested in them. And maybe you're being offered this other cup. Okay. And maybe it's a divinely guided cup. But I don't know. I don't know. I think looking at the rest of the cards, maybe you're just not interested. So for them, they're just taking some time out. Okay, they're just taking some time out. They're resting, they're recuperating. They're a little bit on guard, perhaps, because they have got these things coming at them. Maybe they have options too. Maybe they have options too. Maybe this is them and they're not interested, because you've got the Three Cups at the bottom and you've got the Three Swords there. He's got the cup there and there's the sword there. Okay, so maybe this is them that's not interested. And if that upsets you, I'm really sorry. But you have the Ten of Cups as your overview, so as your overview card. So it's not, you know, I think you're quite happy as you are. Maybe you're not seeing this move forward either, because you have this, okay, and she's blindfolded. Now, I kind of see her as she's got those two lights in her hands, okay, and when the two lights are shining, they come together and they hit the sun. Okay, and the sun is about happiness. The sun card is a happiness card. But she's not seeing it. She's not seeing it. So maybe you're not seeing it and the other person's just backing off, or maybe the other person's guarded and they're not moving forward, and therefore you're not seeing this happen and this isn't coming together for you. That's the energy coming in with you guys. Right, now I have to remember what the heck happens next, because I've moved all my cards around. Okay, so what do they want? They want the Fool. I think perhaps they want to move forward. They either want to move forward or they want to move on. Okay, this guy has got commitment issues. The Fool has got commitment issues. He's taking nothing with him. When he goes, he's got his little backpack and that's it. For some of you, they just want to rush into it. They want to go into it and they want to move forward and everything else. And maybe that's for the people where you're not seeing this happen, okay? And they're kind of like backing off. But they want to move forward with you. But for some of you, this guy's got commitment issues and he's kind of on his merry way, as it were. Now, in the upright, this card is about the kind of beginnings of a foundation, okay? It's not the Ten of Cups. It's kind of like the happy hope. It's kind of like they're starting to build something, okay? Maybe they're starting to build a family dynamic. Okay, if you're a single mum and you have children, maybe this guy is just meeting your children and that kind of thing. All right, you haven't got the Ten of Cups with this person yet, but the Ten of Cups is in your overview. But maybe you're kind of starting gradually to welcome this person into your home. You have the Ten of Cups. You can imagine, if you look at those two cards, you can imagine that's kind of like the gazebo thing outside in the garden, but he's not getting into the house yet, if that makes sense. So you're not quite letting him into your inner circle, but it's getting there. But this card is in reverse. Okay, so maybe you're not doing that. Maybe you're not kind of like bringing him into your life, as it were, not meeting your children. You don't have that foundation. For some of you, maybe you want it. For some of you, you don't. For some of you, you don't. You're just not interested in moving it forward in that way. So we have the Strength. So that was what you want. How they feel about you. You may be dealing with the Leo. This woman has a chain around this lion's neck. Okay, she's not particularly forcing him along. He's kind of coming along with her, but she does have a chain around his neck. So maybe he feels a little bit led by you. And she's kind of not even looking at the lion, but he's not really looking at her either, which would make sense because you've got the Four of Swords, so maybe he's backing off. But he's kind of still by her side. She's leading him. He's got the chain on. She hasn't got the chain on. And I think maybe this person's being led by you and what you want. Okay, and it might be this Leo is feeling that way. Now, we have the Lovers card, as in how you feel about them. Now, for some of you, you just kind of want to fling, okay? For some of you, you just want to fling. For some of you, you feel quite supported by this person as well, or you feel like you're supporting this person. Somebody's supporting someone, okay? And maybe you'd just be quite happy with a fling, because we've got the Sun there. Maybe you want something passionate. Maybe you want something passionate and emotional, but I don't see how you're feeling it with this person. For some of you, if it's the other person who's backed off or who is disappearing and being the fool and running off, maybe that is what you wanted. Maybe you wanted the Sun, and maybe you wanted passion and you wanted emotion. This is very you, Pisces, isn't it? It's like it's one way or the other. You've got two completely opposing storylines. So it could be dealing with two people. You could be dealing with two people. It could be one person that you do want and one person that you don't want. Okay? And maybe it's talking about one person that you do want and one person that you don't want. One person wants to move forward, the other one is backed off. So possibly that's the situation. If you're single and dating, then that's quite possible. If you're in a relationship, maybe not so much unless it's third party, or maybe you've just spotted someone that you quite fancy and you quite fancy having a bit of a fling with them. Wouldn't recommend it, but it's your life. Maybe this person has got somebody else as well. Maybe this person's got somebody else as well. And maybe they just want to fling. But this is your card, it's not their card. This is your card. This is how you see the relationship going. How you feel about them, not about how they feel about you. But sometimes I watch other readers sometimes and the energies are mixed up. Yeah, there's one reader that I watch quite a lot and the readings are amazing, but it tends to be the energies are the other way around. So what I'm feeling is what they say the other person's feeling. So sometimes it goes that way. Right, how they see the relationship going. Now this, I think, ties in with this. Okay, they want to manifest something, they want to go forward, and they want to be the Fool. So they want to manifest something. Again, for some of you, it's going either way. For some of you, they want to manifest something new. For some of you, they want to manifest something new, so they go from the 0 to the 1. Okay, they want to manifest something new with somebody else, possibly, or they just want to move on. They just want to move on and just manifest something else. But they're going from the 0 to the 1. So there's progress being made some way or the other. For some of them, they want to manifest something with you. And for some of you, you're just blocking them. Okay, for some of you, you're just blocking them. For some of you, there's loads of messages coming in and you're feeling overburdened because that's your outcome card. Maybe it's too much. Maybe it's too much. If this person wants to move forward for you, maybe they're sending you loads of messages and you're just kind of blocking them. For some of you, I think you're just blocking them one way or the other, actually. I think that's how it's going. Or you're defending yourself is the other one. Okay, and then we have the 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands, you may be feeling overburdened by other things. You may have other things going on in your life and you don't have time for this, and this is why basically you're not bringing them into your world. You just don't have the time. You're trying to keep your 10 of Cups going. You're trying to keep your happy home going. You've got all these things that you're emotional about, so your family and your work and your friends and all those things. And they're all things that you love and they make you happy. Okay, and maybe this relationship just feels more like hard work than anything else, and it's just like, do you know what, I'm actually really, really happy. Maybe you don't feel like you have, you know, the 10 is like the optimum, and maybe someone's offering you another cup and you're just like, I don't want any more cups, I've got 10 cups. And maybe that's it. Maybe you're quite happy. If you see the lady here, she has her 10 of Cups. Yeah, and she's got her home and she's doing her sewing and all this kind of stuff. And she's sitting with a friend, she's not sitting with a partner. For some of you, you may already be in a same-sex relationship and this man is coming in and you're just like, I've actually got a female partner, thank you, and I'm fine. And maybe he didn't know that because the Fool is quite kind of naive and innocent and things like that, you know. So maybe he doesn't realise that. And maybe that's kind of why he's kind of coming forward and you're just going, no, thank you very much. It's not looking promising, I'm afraid. It's not looking promising at this point. I would love to say... Well, actually, no, I take that back. I take that back entirely. It's not looking promising. If this resonates with you, it's not looking promising, not because they're doing anything. Unless they're the one kind of like moving forward and moving on. But to be honest with you, I think if they're moving forward and moving on, it's because you're not really showing any particular interest, apart from maybe in just having this fling. Maybe you don't want anything else. But the Lovers is a decision to be made in love, okay? It's not necessarily anything else. Right. Some people say it's a soulmate card. Yeah, here we go. Right, sorry, these are the Fairy Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. I love this combination of cards. And you have the Princess of Summer. Okay, now in this deck it tells you who these people are, okay, so I don't need to read it to you. And this is the Princess of Summer. So the Princess of Summer is the Page of Cups. Okay, actually I will read it to you because it just helps, doesn't it? In the Gilded Tarot, the Page of Cups is kind, thoughtful, gentle, creative, artistic, polite, sensitive to the feelings of others, but also slightly oversensitive to things like criticism and the realities of the world, okay? They're well liked, but they may have difficulties socially due to their very sensitive nature. And in this deck, it says gentle, sensitive, kind and inexperienced, okay? There's very childlike energy about this. You know, those kind of sweet little kids. And it says a new relationship. Oh, well, actually, I will read that at the end because we have the 8 of Spring. And it's a stress that comes from having too many things happening at once, successful multitasking, sudden events or changes. Okay, too many things happening at once, too many things happening at once. But you're multitasking and you're happy, you're enjoying what you're doing. Okay, you have this 10 of Cups, happy home. But maybe this relationship has come in for some of you because then you have the Star, which is Major Arcana. Okay, how many Major Arcanas have you got? You've got Justice, you've got the Fool, you've got Strength, you've got the Lovers, You've got quite a few. You have got quite a few. It says, look to the future with hope and optimism, the power of faith to move mountains, happy changes that bring relief from troubling times. So maybe for some of you, this person does come in, and you're hopeful about it. Or maybe you're just hopeful about your future. Maybe you're just looking forward to the future and you're moving on in your own way and you're quite happy. And you're the Empress. The Empress is the real mother energy, okay? She is strong, she's nurturing, she's powerful, she's in charge of her little Ten of Cups kingdom. And she's quite happy. She's quite happy. It says, time to take action, the power of creativity, success that allows for a life of luxury. If this person has come in, maybe you're a little bit reticent about it. Maybe you're a little bit kind of like, yeah, it's all going to be too much. But I think you just have hopes for the future. And it says a new relationship, the Princess of Summer says a new relationship or emotional experience, invitation to social events, a compassionate friend you can share your concerns with. I don't know, Pisces. I think that you're not really that interested, to be honest. Or the other person isn't. I think for some of you, this person's coming in, you know they've got commitment issues, okay? They're kind of on their guard, they're not showing you anything. The Magician can be a little bit of a sneaky bugger, okay? He can be very manipulative, he can be very cunning, he can be all of those things. He can manifest what he wants in any way possible, okay? He has all the tools. Sometimes you're dealing with the Magician, sometimes you're dealing with a classic narcissist. Okay, they will lie, they will cheat, they will do whatever. And maybe that's what they're planning on doing, and you can see right through them because you are a Pisces, and you can see right through them. And how you see the relationship going is it's just going to be a fling. And you kind of know that, and you're just like, no chance, mate, because I am the Empress. So I'm not interested in your cup of whatever trash you're offering me, okay? I wish it. Who is it? It's one of the readers who does readings. Oh my god, I'm subscribed to her. She's amazing. I don't think it's Butterfly to Light. Divine Faith Tarot, possibly. And if you haven't watched either of those girls, watch them because they're absolutely brilliant. And I'm sure she'd come up with some fantastic way of describing this cup of whatever this Magician's offering, and it wouldn't be very polite. But honestly, watch both of them because they're absolutely hilarious. Really, really good readers. Right, my darlings, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you think. This is kind of just a little bit of fun, okay? If it doesn't resonate with you, quite honestly, that's just life, because I just thought I would do something different. I'm having a play more than anything else because I'm just enjoying what I'm doing. So I hope you're enjoying watching as well. I hope it brings something useful to you, and I will speak to you very soon. Okay, take care, my loves. Bye bye.